Hello, guys. Please, uh, welcome to the Quality Shares podcast. This is your boy Tabuko. Please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Um, I'm not here to preview the last night's game, but I'm here to talk about the Chelsea latest transfer news that we've been getting from Fabrizio Romano, Nisa Cancelo, and stuff. But before I go there, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel, and also let me read the following uh, news. Welcome to DH Raf. He says we were lucky. Arsenal didn't take their chances, and Jesus was offside. Couldn't even been a pen. 5. Estef have been starting week in week out, and then 6. João Pedro is half the player of Eketiki. 100%. 100%. And also, I saw your first comment, but it's not appeared here. And then first thing says, things I learned from Arsenal to Chelsea to Sanchez was first Spanish keeper on the pitch. Coco Maggi is not even championship standard. Coco is tired. Man. Yeah, I've just saw that you link with Jeremy Jacqui. I don't know, man. Are we going to sign another kid? I know he's so good, but again, man, let's get some experience. But what I don't like, in the summer, right? Enzo Maresca made it clear that they want a new center back, and the club didn't sign a new center back for him. They didn't want to sign a center back for him. What is the excuse right now? But anyway, let me start with this news from Facundo Buonanotte. It says breaking Leeds have reached a verbal agreement to sign Facundo Buonanotte on loan until the end of the season from Brighton, and Avian will leave Chelsea. Man, I'm so hip about this because for me, it's a pointless signing. Yes, it's a good player, but it's not Chelsea level. So I don't understand why did Chelsea go for this player. We're linked to Chevy Simmons and Famin Lopez, and we go for Facundo Bonarate. But anyways, Paul Wistendi going back to his old team and buying their players. I don't understand this, man. Our sporting directors seems like they have a short memory. They like to win the shop at their old clubs all the time. Into PSG, I've saw that as well, but again, I don't know if they can afford him, and I don't know if Chelsea will let him go as well. But overall, in terms of Facundo Bonanate, I'm happy with this one. He should go. It's not Chelsea level, and I'm happy that he's leaving. I'm happy that he's leaving. Charles, big up, bro.
Big up, bro. I'm good. How are you?
Charles,
Big up, bro. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, bro. Overall, oh man, Kinetic and City Academy, Brighton, CFC, London FC, 100%. Josh Shields, uh, working overtime to hire his former friends to Chelsea is annoying. But overall, Charles, what are your thoughts about last night's game and then the Facundo Bonanato situation, him going to Leeds from Chelsea?
Uh, I thought now with the absentees that we had last night, we did well. I thought we competed very well against a very good Arsenal side, very strong Arsenal side that went full strength. Um, We had a lot of key players missing, but I was very impressed with the fight. I was very impressed with the determination. Going 2-0 down, pulling one back, we kept fighting. Going 3-1 down, again pulling one back. We fought until the end, and that was a very, very positive sign. Um, about the Faku situation, this entire lot looked pointless from the start. I mean, especially when Maresca left him out of the Champions League squad, it was clear that he was not going to get a lot of opportunities to play. So he wasn't needed. He was a backup. He was just cover. So I think this has been a very pointless loan for a player who could have gone elsewhere and gotten his minutes, which would have been better for him and his development. So I think it's good that we've cut it short. I mean, we can use some of our own players in that role. We can use some of the guys from the academy. We've got Reggie Wash there, and other kids. We can even recall Kenji Pies. I'm not sure what the plan is for him, whether to send him on loan to an English team or maybe to see how he does. But he's not been impressive at Strasbourg, so we'll see how that one goes. But um, I think it's best for all parties that Bonanote's loan has been cut short. I think it's better for his development that he goes to a club like Leeds, gets more opportunities.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Big up to DJ Sef. He says, big up to not the great results. Last night was the match. We were lucky it was not five. Astafa only shining light. Yesterday, everyone disappointing. Above from Ganacho when he came in on with 2 goals.
No,
Um,
I
Sergey,
wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that. When he says everyone disappointing, bar Esteval, I think it was a big, big performance from Enzo Fernandez
mm,
in the deeper role. In the deeper role, he was much more involved in the build-up, and he was very, very influential. He was very, 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 very good spreading passes. He had one over 100 touches, and it looked like the Enzo Fernandez under Graham Potter, who had that deep line playmaker role, and that was very influential. So
yeah, 100%. But also, just to talk about this guy, right? He says, Pananote gone means more minutes for Joao Pedro. I'm very disappointed with Joao Pedro. I don't want to lie. Because yesterday he got his opportunity, right, to play as a left hand. That really was good at Brighton. And bro, he did nothing. Yeah, yes, he had moments, but again, moments are not good enough. And then he gave us a good vibes during the Club World Cup. After the start of the season, yes, he already have good numbers. I don't want to lie, but again, his performance at the moment is not good enough. I don't know what is happening with him, but he needs to change the way he plays. So hopefully he can change that because we really need these players. At the moment, they're struggling to get points in the league, so they need to step up their game in order for us to win games. That's the issue. Even yesterday, right? Mark Guehi, I've said it several times. This kid needs a loan. We didn't deserve to recall him from Sunderland because at Chelsea won't get enough minutes. He won't develop the way we wanted. Look at him. Yes, he scored against Charlton, but throughout that game, he was not very good. Yesterday, he did nothing. That's the issue with the project. Like, for example, how many times do we have to cry that we need ready-made strikers, or at least top strikers too, that can challenge each other in order for us to win games? Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. But again, overall, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. And then Charles is gone and hopefully come back and then say Jorgensen, West Ham, linked to West Ham, right? Philip Jorgensen. They were linked to Bento, but again, Bento went to Genoa. I'm gonna wait for Charles again. This is the news from Nisa Cancel about the goalkeeper, right? Says West Ham are interested in signing Philip Jorgensen. Chelsea are currently blocking any move as it would deny them a competition to push Sanchez. Yet there remains optimism that their stance could change later in the transfer window. Yeah, for me, a personal, I'll be happy for Philip Jorgensen. Let me add Charles again. Charles, are you back?
Back, bro. Network
So,
issues, yeah.
yeah, network have been the issue all over the world right now.
Mhm.
So, overall, what are your thoughts about the link to Philip Jorgensen to West Ham United? Do you think this deal could happen?
The club, first of all, has recorded Sherman Law,
Yeah.
and and I've heard there's possibility for him to stay with the team at least until the end of the season. So I think if West Ham can present the right offer, it can happen if they can present the right offer, because we can remain with Sanchez, with Sherman Law, and with Gaga Slonina until the end of
Mm.
the season. So I think is another guy who's not gotten enough opportunities. I mean, in the cups like last night when um, is where he can get minutes, but we still prefer Sanchez to him. So we've not given him that full trust, even as a number two, to play him in all the games that he can get minutes in, like the cups. So I think for his development, for his World Cup chances, I think he's better off somewhere. We paid big money for Jorgensen, around 35 million. We paid big money, so I think if West Ham can bid closer to that or match that what we paid for him, I think it would be too good money for us to turn down, and I think we should let him go. Obviously, we don't see him as a future number one. Uh, we don't see him replacing Sanchez in the long term. We don't see him being number one over Mike Penders. So I think it's best that we let him go if we have enough cover.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. As much as I like him, like it's on and off, just like Robert Sanchez. Even my issue with Sanchez, right? This season, he was playing very well, but again, in big moments, sometimes it disappoints you. Just like the last night game, those two goals Arsenal scored, the first one and the second one. Oh my gosh, man, this goalkeeper sometimes I don't understand him. It is one mistake is forgivable, but two mistakes against Arsenal in the semi-final. Ah man, I was so disappointed. I was so furious last time because it's against Arsenal, our rivals, man. We could have won that game, but at least walk away with a draw because our squad at the moment is not good enough. Maybe in the second leg, we might try something new because our players might be back fully fit for the second leg. But again, those two goals, man, I was annoyed, man. But in terms of Teddy Lower, I don't know much about him. I know he's an academy player, but he was loaned somewhere and recalled. But let's see, man. In terms of Philip Jorgensen, I wouldn't mind for him to leave because at the end of the day, if he wants to go to the World Cup, he needs to leave Chelsea and go to another club so that he can be number one and then have his opportunities to represent Denmark as number one in the World Cup. So, what are your thoughts about Sanchez before we move on? After the result yesterday, what are your thoughts about him?
Sanchez, apart from the great save that he made at 3-1 to keep us in the
Mm,
game, or that shot, that Merino shot, I
yeah,
think he
so
was
that.
disappointing. He was disappointing, very disappointing last night. He is had a very strong season this season. He's actually been one of our players, but you know, yeah, last night he reminded us of the old Robert Sanchez, who's always got that mistake in his game.
Oh, it seems like we lost Charles again. Can you guys in the chat hear me? Big up Steven. It says win, lose, draw, Bluco out, no surrender. Can you hear me, Steve? Oh, Chelsea, I beg now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, so as I was saying on Robert Sanchez, uh, he's been good this season, but again, last night reminded us of the old Robert Sanchez, the era-prone Robert Sanchez. First goal, he came out. I don't know if he was fouled, but failed to claim the ball, and Arsenal got a goal. Second goal, failed to catch the ball across the low cross. Again, that was very, very, very poor from him. I think even in the build up, he was poor, he was nervous, and made the Chelsea fans nervous as well. So I don't think Sanchez is our solution long term. I think we should see how Penders keeps developing at Strasbourg. We should maybe look at the market, but long term, I don't think Sanchez is the guy for us. I mean, despite having a strong season so far, he always has that mistake in him. He's always never fully secure, playing out from the back. I don't think is our guy, and we'll have to let him go eventually. But we can't take away, because of just last night, we can't take away the strong season he has had. He has had a very good season, but going forward long term, I think we should look for a new number one. If not, bringing
My
Penders
point.
back from Strasbourg.
I agree with you 100%, bro. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, fair enough to say Robert Sanchez this season has been amazing for us. So I don't want to lie. I will cut him some slack, but again, in big moments, that's where you need your main players to perform. For example, Enzo Fernandez last night, he was so good. Unfortunately, our attackers were not good enough. Jao Pedro, Magge, he were not good enough. But if it's maybe, for example, Kopama, I would say maybe Lem Dilep there, even because Lem Dilep at the moment is improving, I would say, okay, it will give us a chance. But again, those moments, man, those little moments, those big games, we need our main players to step it up to perform. So hopefully Robert Sanchez can do much better than this. So guys, if I'm new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Just interact with us in the comment section. What do you think about the Robert Sanchez situation? Are you happy with what he did yesterday? Do you think we deserve to get another goalkeeper? Let us know. Let us know in the comment section. Let us know in the comment section, guys. Seems like Charles is having a network problem. Or maybe Dante is hijacking him. I don't know. I don't know what is happening with Charles' network, man. But guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I think we are not far from getting 1,300 subscribers. We are not far away from getting there. Uh, yeah, welcome back, Charles.
Yeah, thanks, bro. The network keeps tripping, man.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it. It's okay. But I just want to add something, right? You have this news that Chelsea are ready to make a move for a new defender in the remainder weeks of the January transfer window and give Liam Rusini a boost to his start as a new head coach. But before I give you the microphone, right? You know my only issue with this. I remember at the start of the season when we had that injury of Levi Caldwell, our coach, our former coach, I mean Enzo Maresca, made it clear that he needs a new centre back that is going to help him in order for us to progress from last season, because he saw Levi Caldwell as a main centre back for him. But after that, we got a lot of PR from our sporting directors briefing the journalists. All Chelsea are going to have a internal solutions, blah blah blah. But we all seen our centre backs last season. Even Enzo Maresca, the coach that was training with them, you saw that these players are good, but they're not good enough. At least he needs someone that can play the Levi Colwell role, or at least another a better centre back. They didn't do that. From that on until right now, every game we've been moaning about our centre backs. Is that they do a mistake, or they do something that we don't like. So that's the issue I'm having with the sporting director. Sometimes, as a sporting director, you need to give a coach a benefit of the doubt. At least give him what he wants for him to be successful. And if he's failing, you can tell him, okay, bro, you gave you the player that you are not doing very well. We're going to sack you because we give you what you want and you're not producing. But from the start of the season until now, if you check the many goals that you considered, most of them because of our centre backs, they can't defend set pieces, or they're making errors that leads to goals. So that's the issue I'm having. Why did we wait from the summer until right now? Even though we're in the January transfer window, it's not a guarantee that we're going to sign a centre back, because I really don't trust these guys to make good things. So that's my main issue with our recruitment. That sometimes uh, they're letting us down. So overall, what are your thoughts? Do you think Chelsea will sign a new centre back? And if so, which centre backs do you have in mind?
Uh um well, they've briefed that they are looking for a center back, so they are probably going to try and sign a center back. I don't think you can get a top experienced center back in this window. You can't get a Bastoni in this window. Um, Even a Murillo would be difficult to sign in this window. You know, the Forest owner, and and the fact that Nottingham Forest are in a relegation battle. They are not very safe. So even a guy like Murillo would be hard. So it's a very difficult window to sign a top experienced center back. So I think they'll try to sign another young defender who fits the model. And rumors have been swirling around that they are looking at Rene's center back Jeremy Jacquet. Um, I've also been seeing rumors of them looking at Jacob Boramon, um, the Como guy from Real Madrid. So I think in this window, many top defenders might not be available, except maybe for a Gay whose contract is running out at the end of the season and could leave on a pre-agreement, or for a relatively small fee. So and we've not gone in for Mark Guay for whatever reason. We've not gone in for him. So the only center backs that we can sign in this window, in my opinion, are young center backs. And is that what we need? I don't know. I don't know if we need another young center back. We need a quality center back most of all. Quality. We need a top quality center back, a center back who's able to play out from the back. That's number one. That's a priority. I mean, we have a style of football that we want to play, and that style of football requires center back that are very good on the ball to progress the build up, to to implement the coach's ideas. So we need a top ball playing center back. Another quality that we need from a center back is their aerial ability. We need someone who's very strong in the air. We've conceded quite a number of goals from set pieces. It continues to be an issue for us, defending set pieces and long throws. So we need a guy that's able to, win their aerial duels and be comfortable on the ball and be a good defender. So um yeah, I think they are going to sign another center back that's young, that fits the model, and that would be an easier signing. A guy like Jacquet at Rennes, that's going to be an easy signing. Those clubs are always those kind of clubs are always going to sell if you offer the right kind of money. Yeah. So that's how I see it.
I hear your point, but again, I disagree slightly if you say we can't get an experienced center backs in January transfer window. Bro, if the club really wants to buy someone, I think they can get him, right. Even Crystal Palace are open to sell Mark Guehi in the moment because they know in the summer they're going to lose him for free. The only issue at the moment we have with getting him is that a lot of teams want him buying Man City, Liverpool. That's the only issue I'm having. So that means we need to pay more money in order to, I mean, more wages in order to get him. That's the issue I'm having. But in terms of a center back, I think Nico Slotterbeck, Dortmund center back, I think his contract is ending in 2027, somewhere there, right? If you can go and then make the right offer, we can get him because he's been signed a new contract and it's not linked to many clubs at the moment. He's a perfect center back for the way we play at the moment. So I disagree with that. I don't want another young center back. If we sign another young center back, we already have Arsene Mino. We already have Mamadou Osa. What about them? That's another issue. So if you get an at least more older center back, that means those kids have more chance to develop. They won't compete with the similar age profile players. That's my take. But anyway, big up Dante. How are you, bro?
Yeah, big up, guys. Not bad, not bad. Tobago Charles as well. Is that Charles?
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah. How are you,
Hey,
bro?
Charles. Not bad, not
I'm
bad. Yeah, I can't see the names on this restream. I don't know this one. You're trying the new one, Tobago.
You can see what names. Oh, it's because I've clicked something here. Let me show you. Can you see now?
Oh, now I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was clicked. This says this body is reaction reactive and not proactive.
I
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And then look at this guy, man. I think he's an Arsenal fan, man, and I don't like this. It says I'm new to football. Can you clarify something for me, please? Stamford Bridge is Arsenal training ground, right? And then also says Liam Rusina is doing his press conference for Bright. Yeah, I've just saw that. Hopefully, man, Gittings and the lab will be available against.
What is he doing now?
I don't know why it's do because normally they do it on Fridays, but he prefers the on Thursdays, just like the Carabao Cup before Arsenal. He didn't do on Tuesday. He did on Monday, so I don't know why. So I'm not him. I don't know the reason behind it.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah. So anyway, Dante, before we talk about the transfer news, right? What are your thoughts about the game we played against Arsenal?
Yeah, look, obviously we had to field a different type of team. We had some players out. Unfortunately, the looks like the flu bug or whatever it is, they had a cold, so they're sick. Some of them, so they couldn't play. So yeah, that obviously, and Caicedo out as well. Quite a few players, key players, missing out, unfortunately. So Yeah, look, we still did pretty good, I think. I still we still played pretty well. Obviously, again, set piece goals again. That set piece, they really need to sort that out. That's becoming a bit unexcusable at the moment. Those set piece goals. Sanchez, unfortunately, well, he's had a bad game. Well, I think he's allowed to have a bad game probably once, probably in 9 months. He's had a bad game, so I mean, it
Yeah,
was coming, but it's taken 9 months nearly for him to have a bad game. So I think that's fine. It is what it is. Unfortunately, not the best time to choose to have a bad game, but a bad game. He made a couple of mistakes, pulled off an amazing stop as well, so kind of made up for one of them, but yeah, that game could have been a little bit different if he didn't make those couple of mistakes. And normally he's so good in the air, claiming those crosses. So yeah, disappointed with that. The one on the floor, it is what it is. He went for it, went through his hands, slipped through. Like I said, he made a mistake. It's on him. But I mean, we used to talk about Sanchez making a mistake every second week. Now it's hopefully it's the other way around now. Hopefully it's once every 8-9 months like we saw before. So other than that, was pretty encouraging the way we went forwards. We still attacked pretty well. Uh, created some chances. Garnacho came on, played. I think he played very well. Took his chances very nicely. Um, so yeah, look, all in all, not the worst result in the world considering circumstances. We're only one goal down, and going to their home, so it's not the worst. If it was 2 or 3, then that would have probably been over. But we're still in the tie. Basically, it's halftime, 1-0 to Arsenal at halftime. So we'll hopefully have all our players back for that game, and that will be a different game if we do have our key players back. So other than that, nothing else to say too much. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
yeah, 100%. Let me check the
Just with
the
the structure as well. Um, I think players available also meant that we had to play that structure a little bit different. I think Rosina still wants to play he's a little bit more his style with the
yeah.
two sort of the like the 3-4-2-1 basically. So he wants to play with that left mid, right mid, or slash right wing back, left wing back. But he hasn't been able to, especially last game and this game as well, because of the players that have been out. So I was hoping to see that, but when I saw the lineup, I'm like, yeah, no, he can't play that. He hasn't got enough players to play to play his style again. So that's the only question mark going forward. Is he going to stick to mixing it up like this, or is he going to go to his actual formation that he likes and trusts? And I think we did play very well under it the first couple of games. So we'll wait and see. But I think it was more down to personnel being out and not available. Yeah, I think that's probably most down to it the most.
Yeah, I agree with you because as much I want to moan about it. Yesterday we didn't have the personnel for the Enzo, not Enzo. I mean, I'm used to Enzo for Lembro Senior to play his style of play. That's why I said for me personally, Levi Colwell and Tosin are more perfect for his system. But again, Tosin at the moment is not in a good form. That's why maybe Chelsea are looking for that centre back for him to play his role. Because we
Yeah,
saw that for Fofana, first half he was struggling playing as a centre back, and the
yeah,
second
that's not
half,
his role. Yeah,
yes, that's
yeah,
not his role. You can see he's struggling. But the second half, Chalaba, I think he played much better, even though he was not comfortable. But as soon as Barichil and Tosin come in the second half, I think we played much better. So that's
100%.
the
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
that's the
both those
that's the
players are more his style of player.
yeah,
We Shalaba gives us nothing aerially, and again we got done aerially a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, because
exactly.
Shalaba, he's not good in the air. He stays static. He doesn't move. He doesn't go for the ball. If the ball comes at him, he'll jump up and for it, but he doesn't actually go for the ball, which is a problem. So yeah, I agree. Those two are more suited. I thought Tosin might start this game because of that, the aerial. Because Arsenal are going to spam all those crosses in, and they did quite a few in the corners, and they scored again from it. I think if Tosin is there, might be a little bit different because he wins most of those headers. So yeah, going forward, defense is something we definitely need to work out. 100%.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if this will be possible, right? Just grab this everything up in the January transfer window. Just get at least one center back so that
It's
they can
hard.
have it.
It's hard to do though, Tobago, because
But
the
but, but
restrictions and yeah, to
yeah,
move players on, etc.
but again, I know it's hard, right? But if we, we, we try, it won't be hard as we are saying at the moment. Look at, for example, I've made excuse to Charles that Nico Slaughterback at the moment, his contract is ending, I
Yes,
think, in
yes, yeah.
20. So uh, we can test the waters to that one side. This player haven't signed a new contract yet. Uh, give us this player maybe for 60 or for 50 million. I think they can do that deal. But anyway,
They
let's see
do
what will
that.
happen.
We do need to sell. We need to move for this window. Now
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
to sell.
yeah. But the reports from Metlo, if they said this, Chelsea are going to try to sign a new center back, even though they know they need to sell, but they're going to get a center back. Uh, beside the issues of selling or doing something. So they're going to do that. But anyway, let's see, man. For me
We'll see what
personally,
happens. I
yeah,
hope it does happen, but I have my reservations. I don't think it will happen. I think they've got plans for the end of the season when there's no restrictions at all. And, now you got to way overpay in January. You got to pay a lot more. And you're kind of showing your hand as well if you go a bit too much for it. So I think they've got plans. Look, if they can accelerate them, that'll be great.
yeah.
But I don't think so. I think we need to, yeah, I think we need to sell, I think, 3 or 4 defenders, to be honest. I wouldn't, I think we need quite a restructure back there, to be honest.
Yeah. We need a defensive overhaul.
Yeah, man. Like I don't. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore because I've said it from the start of the season. Our defense have been costing us a lot of points, and it seems like the
But they
case
saved us a
even.
lot of points as well. Let's not forget that. They went on that six
Yeah,
game,
I,
zero conceding goals. So they saved us a lot of points as well against good teams as well. So, but yeah, look, yeah, I think we still need to the consistency. Yeah, especially now with the style change under Maresca, maybe you can get away with it because it's a bit different. But I think under Rosinia, they're gonna need to. Uh,
yeah,
I mean, Sa will be one of those. I can guarantee you right now, Sa will be in the team next season for Rosinia. He will 100% bring him in and play him.
yeah. Sa is so good. Even yesterday, he played for Senegal. He replaced Koulibaly. Oh my gosh, man, that kid. Oh my, he
Well, that's your
mobbed this.
central position player. That's your the middle of the pitch. That's the CCB. That's his roles
Yeah.
and his yeah. So you've got Colwell probably can play left center back, him central, and then Fofana probably on the right would probably work well. Yeah, I mean I can see this happening. Will we buy another one on top of that? Like you said,
Or,
Schlotterbeck would
or
be the dream. He would be perfect. It gives Colwell time to. We don't know what the player Colwell will when he comes back. We don't know if he's gonna. He's young, so he should be alright, but it might take him a while. So yeah, definitely that would be ideal. Yeah.
yeah, or is it possible to recall him then? Why not? Because we need him. We need it. We need that center back.
If you
But
want,
like,
if you want, if you want the Strasbourg fans to start a war, then you call.
Exactly. Look, it's not impossible because Rosinia might say, "I want him now. I want him in January
yeah,
now." You never know. By the end of after the tournament, you never know. He might that could be a surprise, a big surprise. That one. That's yeah. I wouldn't rule that out to be honest.
I, I,
yeah,
I I don't think they are going to do that to Strasbourg. I don't think they are going to jeopardize their season like that. I don't think. I think he will stay there until the end of the season.
yeah. But let's see, let's see, man. Let's see. But again, for me personally, we do need a center back. I'm tired
I
of.
would say the same. If Rosinia didn't come across, I would say the same. But we saw that happen. So
Yeah. So anyway, let's just get some quotes from Limbro Senior's press conference because our friend here is just sharing us the quote. Says Limbu Senior and Cole Palmer and James, they are both training today. Hopefully, they'll be in the squad on Saturday. So, man, Tante and Charles, I just want to ask you this. So in terms of Cole Palmer, do you think we should have done the surgery for him? Because it seems like this injury is still not away from him. Should I say that? Because it seems like this knock or what he had from the start of the season, it's not fixed yet at the moment. Even though I had, I think, 6 or 2 months out trying to figure it out, but the issue is still recurring. So, do you think you should have done a surgery?
Um, for me, if he had done the surgery early in the season, I mean, this is an issue that's been bothering him since the end of last season in the Club World Cup, and he went into the season with it. If he would have done the surgery maybe early into the season, I think he would be better off now. But he didn't do it, and it's obviously still bothering him. Um, is not been top form. He's had good flashes. He's shown some glimpses, but he's not been the core Palmer that we know. I think it was ill advised for the medical department to determine that he didn't need surgery for an issue that has bothered him for months. Um, I think he should have done surgery. I don't think he should do it now. It's a bit too late. I mean, it would derail his World Cup chances. Um, so I think he should have done it. Yeah.
Tante, what
Um,
about you?
a little bit of a caveat on that one. There's no surgery for what injury he has. There's no real surgery for that. That's why he didn't get something like that done. You don't. There's no surgery for the groin. If it's your groin, there's no actual surgery for it unless it's really really bad and you completely tear it. The ligament. There is a minor surgery, but most don't opt to do it because it's quite risky for other reasons. So there is no real surgery for that. How I know, because I had the same injury when I played. So even though that was a long time ago, I know it's still very similar these days. There's no actual surgery for that injury. The only way to get over that injury is it's a long, it's a long process of managing it and also not playing for a while, basically, and just strengthening and working on that area. Even to say that as well, you always get it back, and you always will always once it happens, it will always flare up. It always comes back. One game will be no problem. Next game, you'll flare up. You'll feel it. You can still play through it with a bit of pain, etc. But you're always going to have it all his career, basically. Once you get that injury, it's one of those that just doesn't go away, but it is very manageable. And with newer technology and newer treatments, it's pretty manageable at the highest level. They should be able to manage them a lot better. But basically, first you need quite a lot of time off for it to heal properly. And even then, like I said, it doesn't matter. It can come back. It's just one of those that it's one of those injuries that there's just not really much of a solution for it. There's no actual surgery for it, like I said, unfortunately. So yeah, surgery. That's why I didn't have surgery. So I know quite a lot about that injury. So that is the only injury I had when I played. That was the only one injury. I never did a hamstring, never did absolutely anything else. That is the only injury I had. And that was the worst because it would flare up every 2, 3 games really, really badly. So, um, yeah, unfortunately, he's just going to have to really manage it really, really well. And hopefully, some new technology, some new treatments it can do to actually really just manage it because there's no real surgery on it, unfortunately. There's no operations on that one. Yeah, like I said, there is one, but it is quite complex and it's got to be, really, really, it's got to be much worse, basically, a much stronger tear. So yeah, look, I think he's gonna have it for quite a while. It's just about when to have a break, when to play him, and how to manage it. That's all. From what I know from it, that's what I know from that. The most of it, yeah.
Man, let's see what will happen. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. And also, Limri Senior on Banana TV in terms of games and minutes he wants. It's not quite what he wants. I'm in constant communication with the sporting directors about transfer. So, no Charles already gave us his thoughts about Fagunde not leaving. So, Dante, what are your thoughts about it? Do you think it makes sense?
Look, it would have been good, just to have it, but it doesn't bother me, to be honest. He's gone. Someone bought him, so I think Leeds wanted to buy him. So he's
It's
actually
going
gone
on
back to
loan.
Brighton.
It's
Gone
going
back to
on loan.
Brighton, and Leeds looks like they bought him. That's why he's gone back. So they obviously recalled him back for that reason. So no, that's fine. He's gone. He's gone. It's for his career to play. It's one position, we do need. I would probably, if we can bring back, maybe just bring Kendra Payers across as that player, just to learn to sit around the team, professional, train him hard, try to get him, going. And maybe every now and then, a cup game like that, give him some game time. If that's what I would do with it. We'll see if that remains the case or not. They probably want him to play a lot more, so they probably will send him somewhere else because he's going to probably come back from Strasbourg. So, yeah, look, no big deal, to be honest. I think we can fit other players in there if you really need to, can give other players game time. If worst case, bring someone up from the academy. Simple as that. We've got a lot of players there, I think, that can play that position very well and give some experience to. That's what I would do.
Yeah, for me personally, I said it, the transfer didn't make any sense. But again, man, good luck to him at
Well, it
Leeds
made sense.
United.
I think it made sense because they knew Palmer was struggling and they had the injury. So it was just a bit of backup for, games. If he works out, works out. If he doesn't, he'll at least play some of those games. And he did play quite a few games, but not as many. But for a lone player, that's what you can expect. But I think that was the reason that 10 in behind, especially under Maresca system, he was, that guy, that 10, basically. So yeah, I think that's why he came. So it made a bit of sense because of that, because they knew Palmer. It just didn't quite work out with Maresca. Although I think if he stayed with Rafinha would have played him a lot more because if two tens, he would have probably played him a lot more. But he's gone now, so
Yeah, 100%. Lembro Senior on Sanchez doing things differently. Every manager has a different idea. There are different triggers and patterns I'm asking Rob to do, and the whole team. 100%. Uh, Even though Robert Sanchez at the moment doesn't play like Mike Pandas at Strasbourg, but I think Lemur Senior at the moment is trying to adapt to the way some Robert Sanchez is playing, because I remember Enzo Maresca was doing that at Leicester City, but for Sanchez, he didn't want to do that because he knows Sanchez is a good stopper, but in terms of feet, sometimes he can do costly mistakes. So that's why maybe he's trying to adapt. So overall, what are your thoughts about that,
go on, Charles.
Dante?
Oh, me?
Charles is
Okay, yeah.
not. Charles
Yeah, look.
just left.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, look. You know, he's asked to do a little bit more. Although, the way Arsenal played, they were right up. They pushed right up. So yeah, 100%. He was a bit under pressure. He didn't really make a mistake. So he looked a bit shaky, but he didn't make a mistake with the feet, which was fine. So that's not where he made the mistake. He made the mistake obviously with the trying to grab the ball off the floor and then up in the air from the corner. So that was, yeah, didn't really make a mistake with the feet. Although you can see he wasn't as comfortable. Look, he's got to get more comfortable. Will train for it a bit more probably. Jorgensen is definitely your seeing this type of keeper. I think he will do that job way better than Sanchez playing with his feet wise. I think he's pretty good enough for saving as well, but in the air claiming, that's yeah, he's not that good at that at the moment. But yeah, look, we'll see what happens going forward. Don't be surprised you see Jorgensen quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we see him a little bit more than usual. Jorgensen depends what he does if he leaves as well now in January or not. We'll have to wait and see. But Jorgensen will do that job way better than Sanchez. Obviously, like I said, he's probably one of the best ball playing goalkeepers in the whole world. For me, Jorgensen. That's people have a go at me for saying that, but that's my belief. I don't think there's any better. Left foot, right foot, you can do it on both feet comfortably on the ball. Him, Magnan, those two, some of the best ball playing goalkeepers in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I agree with you, but I think I have a sneaky feeling that he will leave because of the World Cup. That's the issue.
Exactly. Yeah.
If the World Cup was not there, I was confident that he would stay. But since the World Cup is there, and that it seems like Denmark are trying to push him, that bro, if you didn't get enough game time, you won't be our number one. So let's see.
100%. Yeah, exactly. We talked about that a while ago. Yeah, if he
Yeah.
wants that number one, he has to go somewhere play, and I think that's what they told him pretty much. So that's why he has to make that decision. We'll see what happens. Maybe Rosina will tell him, "I favor you." Maybe now, you never know. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
Don't be
Yeah.
surprised because of what I said. The way we play, do not be surprised if that happens.
Yeah. And then DH Ravi says it's never going to be perfect the right time. I mean, that will come. Rob has had an outstanding season. Philip showed promise against Charlton 100%. But again, it seems like River Sanchez will be number one. But let's see. And then again, on the goalkeeper position, it is the same for every position. I'm here to assess every position. I don't have number one, number twos. That's not how I work. You have to earn your spot in this team. Hmm. Every coach says theirs, but we all know Rose Sanchez is always going to be a number one because this guy says what our goalkeeper coach Ben Roberts, right?
Yeah,
That,
yeah, he is.
I think Ben Robertson have an influence in terms of that, but let's see.
He's come back to that role.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he's come back to that role.
Yeah, and then says that's a message all the players they have to earn their places, and also Rim in terms of Keith Andrews is doing a great job. I'm not surprised because I know Keith has always been a really passionate about the game. His team are performing very well. So overall, Dante, what are your thoughts about Brentford, the way they play? Because this guy was a set piece coach, but now it seems like Brentford are really starting to play very well. And their striker, man, Igor Thiago. Oh man, what a striker! What are your thoughts about the way they play?
Yeah, look, they've been playing really well. Some good results. Well, playing really good. More of a physical. Got disconnected. Oh, can you hear me? I thought I got disconnected for a second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, more physical type of
Yeah, I can hear
striker.
you.
Good movement. Good in the air. Good off his feet. Technical. He's a good, very good all round striker. So he's been in hot form. So yeah, look, they play well. They play a nice brand of football. It won't be easy against them. We tend to struggle a little bit sometimes against those type of teams. The one good thing is that they're playing a little bit more open this season, which has made them better. But I think that could also hurt them a little bit against teams like us. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Charles, are you back?
I'm back, bro.
So what are your thoughts about the way Brentford have been playing this season?
Really, really good side. They've picked up form. 4 wins in their last 5 games, no competitions. So they are a very good team, very good striker, the Brazilian Thiago. Very strong. I think he's going to give our defenders a very tough time. He's physical. He's strong in the hair, so he is one to look out for. Um, but otherwise, Keith Andrews is doing a fantastic job at Brentford. I think they've recovered well from losing some of their best players and their manager, and they're doing quite well. So they are above us right now in the table. They are 1 point ahead. So it's a match that we really, really need to win to get our Champions League hopes back alive. So it's going to be a very, very good game. I think they are going to sit deep against us. I think they're going to sit deep, so we're going to have to break them down, be creative, put balls in from wide areas. You know, we are going to need a lot of variety in our attacking because we normally struggle against a team like that, a team that sits deep and just looks to counter. So it's going to be a very good match. Looking forward to it, but we need to win.
Yeah, 100%. We do really need to win because, man, the table doesn't look good at the moment. So we need to get some point as soon as possible. So hopefully, hopefully we'll start against Brentford. Hopefully. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, Tobago, go on. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I guess he's. What have you pressed, Tobago?
Oh, man, my network is.
Dante is the only one that doesn't seem to have network issues. Where are you, bro?
Me, network issues. Come on, man. I've got McDonald's Wi-Fi usually.
Oh,
No, I had a lot of network issues because in my house, I'm in the way in the back room where there's not much reception. But I did get a new laptop recently, and those problems have gone away. So yeah,
okay.
I'm in Australia.
Wha- Oh, Australia. That's one of the reasons your network is so good.
Yeah, look, like I said, normally not the best, but now it's much better. Yeah.
It's much better. That's good. Is over here. Network is a big problem.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. Infrastructure, etc. Yeah, it would be a very different there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's having some troubles. We'll just continue.
Yeah.
Where was he up to? Let me
Can
see.
you? Can,
Oh, he's back. Hey, can you hear us? No,
Yeah. Still struggling.
it's not his connection. I think he's gonna go in and out, come back.
So
It'll just be
Dante,
me and
if
you. Yeah, go
yeah,
on.
if we did go for a center back in January, who would be your preferred option? Can you give me maybe a three-man shortlist?
Yeah, look, I liked Schlotterbeck from Dortmund quite a lot, and I'm happy that Anselmino went there because he can play with him and learn from him, and maybe hopefully they get in his ear a little bit. He's one I've always liked. I think he's the modern prototypical sort of defender: tall, strong, fast, ball playing abilities, does everything right, and it's got that DNA in him, long lineage of in his family of a defender and just that German defending IQ. So I really like him. He would be, I think, really, really, really good for this team. He would be perfect. He's my, modern typical defender that I think ball playing that would suit our system as well. And yeah, he's number one for me. I always liked him for a long time. Um, Now, if that's, he's 25, I think, turning 26, something like that. So he's on that edge, but he's still at that age that we can get him. And like Tebeke said, his contract's running down low, so he'll probably will make a move. Now, where that move is, we'll see. At the end of the season, not now. He won't make a move now. At the end of the season, he probably will. Um, yeah, we'll see if we can go for him. Other than that, um, there's not too many, to be honest. I mean, for the young ones, Jacquet, the one from for the French league, he's very good. Jacquet is a very young, up and coming defender. Again, strong, physical, tall, can really fast as well. He's a very good defender. He's more of a defender than a bit more ball playing. So that's the only probably question mark on him, but still good at it, but not up to the, not up to, he still needs to work on that side of his game. So as a young one, him, if not more experienced, I will go something like a Schlotterback if we can get him, which I think will be hard. But Jacquet will be the other one. Yeah. He's a very good young defender. Those probably two are my sort of picks. One for the young side, and then one that's already in his,
But
not in his prime, but in that mid-age level. How about yourself?
very, very very good choices, Dante. Very good choices. Um, Dortmund like Ansomino very much. I hope maybe we can work something out. I think
Exactly.
Schlotterbeck would help us very, very much. He's at a good age. He's at a good age, and we can really, especially with the Corwell issue, like you said, I agree very much with what you said regarding Corwell. It's a difficult injury, very long term, and some players don't come back the way they were, and some need a bit more time to get back in their rhythm, to get back in their stride. So um, we should sign someone who's capable of playing like Levi Cole on the ball and defend just as good, if not better. So yeah,
Yeah,
Much better.
I'm back, guys. Can you hear me now?
Yep, got you, Tobago.
Yeah, it seems like you're trying to hack me. It's fine.
I just try to give you a bit of a break. I mean, Charles wanted some time to speak about defenders.
Yeah, I was sending, actually, I was trying to send Bobby a link to the stream, and then ever since trying to do that, oh my gosh, my network just went off. So I don't. I've sent Bobby the link via his DM. So Bobby, if you're watching, check your DM. I've sent you the link, bro.
I know it's gonna get, yeah. No more talking about defenders. We're gonna talk about just negative stuff from now on.
But again, according to Metlo, right, say a central defender who can play out from the back would be a big addition for Rosinha. Chelsea have been linked with uh, Rene centre back Jeremy Jacqui and Jacques Ramon, who only joined Como from Real Madrid last summer. So, Dante, do you think these players will add a good quality to our team? What are your thoughts about those two players?
Yeah. I spoke with just Charles before while you were off about it a little bit. I was telling him Schlotterback would be the number one more guy that's ready to go straight away right now, and then Jacquet will probably be that number two young up and coming, defender that's pretty good very good on the ball, but not quite ready on the ball yet. But he's still very good for his age. So strong, fast. Yeah, those two would be pretty good. Yeah, look, it just depends where we want to go and how many we can move out defenders and what happens to Sa. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Sa will come back in and he will be, I think, quite important in the squad. I think Resina will use him quite a bit. Colwell coming back from that long-term injury, we'll have to see. He might not be the same player. So, yeah, I think we definitely need to sign minimum one, if not two. And those probably two would be the ones that I would probably go for. Schlotterbeck more on the left, Jacquet can be on the
Yeah,
right. So, yeah, those two would be a good mix. One a bit more experience, ready to go. Still not in his prime Schlotterbeck, but a lot of experience and for me, probably the perfect modern defender, especially in the systems we play. Number one by far, yeah. Jacquet, that up and coming young French star, and then he's the next sort of big French defender coming out. in the youth squad, the French youth squads as well. He's that next guy. So yeah, those two would be ideal if we want to go for a younger one, and then the one that's starting to come into his prime now.
Yeah, man, give me Slaughterberg, man. But again, I'm not a sporting director. And then Bobby says, "Where is the link? I've sent you the link via your DM." And I also big up to Ty, says big up to Dante and whoever else is there. I can't see the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
big up to the
it's
chat.
down.
It says another loan for him. I don't know who he's talking about because we talked about a lot of things. Ty says he is a young player who needs game to develop, not a 28-year-old. So it was a nonsensical player. Who's talking about who?
I think this was
I think
Bonanote a while
it's,
ago.
it's
No,
Papon.
Bonanote is not 28.
No,
Yeah,
he's saying he's not a
he's not.
28-year-old. He needs,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just nonsensical to get that player and not use him in a transactional way. It says, waiting for the link. I've sent you the link. It says, until Ben Roberts is sacked, forget it. Yeah, that's what I said. Robert Sanchez is going to play. But again, it's not be that day, to be honest. Look at this guy, Dante.
Not this troll again. Who's this Chelsea perspective guy? He's always trolls in this chat here.
Everyone time to come here. This waffler, Dante, is on here. Oh my gosh, Coach Ila. Big up,
Hey,
Coach.
guy, it's Dante.
Yeah, but I've just checked the stats of both Jackie Wright and Roman. This does why it seems like this, man. Mm. So in terms of aerial duels, Jakin is so good. In terms of ball propagation, it's so good. Roman much better. Passes is much better. Forward passes, Roman much better. But I mean, position one, Jackie. I think overall, this kid, Jackie, it fits the way we play at the moment. But again, he's too young, man. I don't want another young centre back.
Yeah, look, like I said, he's the only one side of his game that a little bit needs to improve, and that is the passing, ball playing. But I mean, it depends. These graphs, he's playing for Rennes. They play a little bit differently, so it's important who's their coach and how they play as well. These graphs, but yeah, he's a very good defender, strong defender. Like I said, I like that about him, and I think he'll actually suit the Premier League the way he defends. That's why I do like Jacquet as well. The only little thing is a little bit on the ball. He can improve a little bit on the ball, but that he can improve a little bit. So yeah,
Um,
look, that is just depends what we want, what profile we want. You can't have all three of them at the back if we're playing the back three. You can't have all really amazing ball playing because it's pretty hard. You need one that's good aerially and that can defend as well. So you got to have that good balance there.
yeah.
100%.
Jacquet, Jacquet's long ball distribution is actually very strong. It's actually very strong. Is very good with
He is, yeah.
long balls, diagonals. Yeah. So I think with time he would be better in the build up. His
He's just
passing, his
very slow,
distribution.
Charles. He's very, very slow, and I think in the Premier League, that's the
You
recipe
get
for
punished.
disaster.
You get punished for that. You get punished for that. Ramon looks more comfortable on the ball. Spanish background, technical, that kind of stuff. But in terms of physicality, I think Jacquet edges him. Jacquet is stronger in the hair. Jacquet is stronger in the ground, long legs. He's also reads the
Yeah,
game very well. Reads the game very well. Makes a lot of interceptions, and I think,
more of a true defender. Yeah,
yeah, Yeah. Jake is a bit like Fofana. He is a bit the carrying type. He likes to carry when he has the ball. He has to do the odd dribble here and there, but yeah, in terms of distribution, a bit slow, like you said, and a bit more proficient with his long ball distribution.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. But anyway, let's see, man. Whether I would like the player or not, I'm going to beg the player because I love the club. That's what I'm going to say at the moment. So according to
Look, number one priority, Tobago, is to get a more guy that's ready now. That's number one priority. Get a guy that's ready, not old, like 25. Like I said, yeah, someone that's ready. And for a defender that is young, still 25, they don't go into their prime till they're like 27, 28 defenders. So yeah, a guy like that, like a Schlotterbeck, should be number one priority. And I think they've kind of seen that, and I think Rossini's seen that. Yeah, I think they know they need a bit of a clear out there. We know this Sase will probably be gone, and yeah, we'll see the others, Badia Shield, Tosin, these ones if they, stick around. But we definitely need minimum one, and I would go for that. Yeah, I would go for a guy that's ready now, and yeah, he would be perfect. Now, if he wants to come to us, that's another story. Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you, man. I want a more ready center back to come to Chelsea, but again, the only issue I having at the moment, we know how we recruit players. We're going to buy players that have a kind of selling value. If it doesn't work out, we are able to sell them. So that's the thing we're going to do in terms of. Uh, uh,
Well, that's coming slowly to an end to some extent. From next year forward, the models, what, 3.5 years? There'll be 4 years next season. The season after that, especially, well, that model kind of changes a bit where you have to buy guys that are in their prime, that age, at 20, not prime, sorry, but like
mm,
25, because all the others will be the same age as well. So that's kind of been the plan all along. So we'll wait and see if that will it get accelerated now in January. No, they won't accelerate the plan now. They're going to stick to this. This is probably only next year, if not the year after.
yeah, 100%. Chelsea seems like it's gone again, and I've sent Bobby the link. He was crying for the link, but it's not here. So I don't know where is he. Yeah, but anyway, Chelsea's back. But Chelsea, according to Mr. Councillor, Chelsea have been tracking Juventus for Kenyan Yildiz. So what are your thoughts about this, Dante? Do you think this is a realistic target? Do you think Chelsea can go to Juventus and pay the asking price? Because I don't think it will be cheap to get him. He's in a hot form at the moment.
Yeah, he's on his great form, young, uh, strong, and suits Rosinius because he plays in that.
Left hand,
He's more of a that 10.
left hand.
Yeah, that 10 inside forward. So next to Palmer, yeah, definitely. He would suit perfectly. He would be my pick for that. If you're going to go a bit younger, he would be that guy. Like I said, strong, good vision, shooting, uh, built for the Premier League as well, which is important because he's got that strong physique, the base. So he can take tackles and be a bit physical if needs to be. So yeah, he would be perfect for Rosinier if we're playing with that 2 10s in behind a striker. He would be that guy. Now he can play left wing as well, right wing. He can play on the wings as well, no problem. But that inside forward suits him the
Mhm.
best. And to your question, yes, we can get him. One, he's not on high salary; he's on low salary. So two, yeah, we can afford him. Not now. We'll probably be in the summer. He wouldn't leave now anyway. Um, his contract is running down. He hasn't signed the new contract. He's put that on hold so till the summer. So because you might want to move or a much bigger pay rise, obviously, either way. But we can afford him. We can buy him. Money won't be a problem. I don't think salary will be a problem to be honest, because no club's really going to come in and give a 20-year-old, ridiculous amounts of money anyway. So I think if we believe in him, like we did in Enzo Fernandez, like in case, these players, we can pay for him and we can afford him on a salary, no problem, because I think he's only on can't remember. He's not on much. He's under 100,000 euros or something like that at Juventus. So and that's euros. So you can easily double his money, no problem. So yeah, look, he would be number one choice for me as that inside forward, tall, physical, ball striking, and versatility. He can play striker as well. Can play left wing, right wing. Can play all those positions because he's young and he's very quick. He's still pretty quick as well, so he can play those positions no problem everywhere. Again, one of those again when I said Schlotterbeck, perfect young, not young but 25, perfect prototypical centre back for modern football. Well, I think this guy is that guy as well. In that position across the front four positions, very flexible on all those. So yeah, he would be my number one target as well. He's been for a couple of years, but I think this year he's taken the level he was expected to take, and he's taken that level up a notch and really added to his game, finishing and a couple of things that was a bit missing, decision making and finishing. So yeah, there's probably no better in the world at the moment for a 20-year-old. He's probably up the top.
Yeah, 100%. Before giving Charles the microphone, I just want to say big up to Maza. Says, I don't believe those owners, all PR. Uh, yeah, I hear you, Maza, but hopefully this time will be no PR because at the moment we are struggling in terms of in terms of defense. We really do need a one center back to help us out to see out the season because we still have a lot of games to play. So if we don't help out the new coach, I think you're going to throw everything away. Yes, our center backs are not that bad, but again, sometimes they can do mistakes like, oh man, even my grandmother can do much better than that. But it's a joke. So it says Maza says Levi isn't even all that. Yes, this system makes him look good, but as his passing is good, but defending is more than just passing. He has was in show fit in a bag to either. Man, I don't know what to say about it.
Well, look, he wasn't very good at defending. He was better at ball playing, exactly right. But then the last 3-4 months, he improved a lot and was competing in the air, defending really well. He took that next step. Unfortunately, then he got injured. So, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I was criticizing him quite a bit as well. I was wondering if he's going to take that next step, and eventually he did. Thank God, because we needed that. The ball playing was already there. The other stuff was there, like you say, the passing, but he just didn't take that defending next step. His IQ was not quite there. Positioning was wrong, not really strong decision making. But then all of a sudden, he switched on last 3-4 months there, and then he played like a proper defender as well and became one of our key players in that defense. So now, can we guarantee that that's going to happen when he comes back? It's not guaranteed because of the long layoff. He might need more time, or he might not even get it back. But he's young, so I expect him. He should be getting it back. But yeah, that makes the Schlotterback sign even more important because he can play that position, that left, because he's left footed as well. So and give him some time if he needs it for Colwell as well. So yeah, hopefully he comes back the same player.
Charles, anything like to add of this topic, and also what are your thoughts about Chelsea linked to Kenan Yildiz?
I would have to agree with Dante. I mean, all of us were frustrated a bit with Corwell. Is defending. We thought he would, taking that next step until towards the end of the season, last season, and in the Club World Cup, he was immense for us. He was top, top, top. Defended very well and looked like a level above. He looked like he's just got levels above, and was one of the best defenders in the league actually at the end of last season. So injury came at a bad time for him, and it's unfortunately a very, very tough, bad kind of injury. and hopefully he can come back the way he was before he went injured. But I think he improved massively. His defending, his physicality, even in the hair, he started looking very, very complete. And that's the Levi Cole that we always knew at that potential to be that kind of player. And yeah, so I wouldn't agree that is not all that, like the comment said. I think he showed us that he had improved, that he had become better. Yeah, so I think we are all looking forward to seeing the Cowell that we saw in the Club World Cup and at the end of last season. That's the Cowell we're all looking forward to having back when he's fit. Kenan Yildiz is my dream attacking signing. My dream attacking signing. I mean, he's very, very good. Very, very good. He does a bit of everything. More of a creative number 10 player, but easily beats his man on the wing. He makes a pass. I mean, he strikes the ball supremely, like very, very good, very, very good. Only Rogers comes close to it, the way he strikes the ball off that left, that curling strike into the top corner. Very, 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 very good. I think is dangerous. Very versatile, like Dante said. Can play through all the attacking positions. Beats his man on the wing, creative in the center, and has an eye for goal and the movement to play as a striker. So he's very, very complete. And for a 20-year-old, this is massive. This is massive. I mean, he's a big talent. I think he doesn't get as much rep because probably he's not in the Premier League, but he's a top player. This is the kind of player you try to secure now. I think. I think in the summer you is going to have a lot of clubs coming in for him. The season is having extraordinary, so I think it's going to generate a lot of interest from other clubs. I can see the Arsenals of this world going for him. I can see. I can even see Barcelona going for this guy. I mean, if they don't sign Rashford on a permanent, this guy will be in demand in the summer. And I mean, I've seen us do deals before where we are afraid of, we afraid of competition. Maybe later in the summer, and we try to strike a deal, maybe even keep him there until the end of the season. I think this is a kind of deal we should be looking to do those kinds of things. This is a proper player, a player a player that takes us to the next step in that attack. So very, very very good player, and I hope that the rumors are true, and I hope we can start seeing more concrete stuff in the next few weeks.
Well said, Charles. Coachella is asking, are we looking to sign one or two defenders? I think it's more likely one center back. So, guys, what are your thoughts?
I also see us just signing one center back, and that is in both windows because of the number of center backs that are already on our books, that are all already on loan. We have
Mm.
San and some who can who we can always recall, and we have Levi Colwill, who's probably going to be fit at the start of next season. Um, so I don't see us signing more than one center back. I think we'll sign one, and look within for more options. But much of it depends on the outgoings, who's going to go and who's going to stay. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think one. I don't think we're signing two because we've got Sa coming back, and like I said, with Rafinha, Sa was his most important defender by far at
Strasbourg.
Strasbourg, and I think that was one of the main reasons he went back on loan as well, because he went back straight into that CCB role, ball playing, the guy that's ball plays from the back, you know, automatic. So yeah, I think Saar definitely comes. I think that's one of them already. And Silmino will have to wait and see how he goes with his injuries. And I think, yeah, I think only one really, because Saar will be that extra, that second one. And yeah, hopefully we have to sell, so we have to put our players for sale most likely. We'll see how that goes. Won't be too easy, but I don't think it'll be too hard either. One thing we're good at is selling players, so we can sell those players on those nice contracts, and yeah, hopefully we can move them on. Um, yeah, it won't happen now. I don't think. Probably maybe only Disasi now, but I think another one or minimum two. I think at the end of the season we will move on as well by then.
Yeah. Maza says you just got to hope Levi come back the same player after big injuries like yes he had. It's very difficult. End of this end of the day, Chelsea FC needs two top centre backs and overhaul at least three of them. I agree with you. We need a overhaul in the summer. We need to restructure that centre back position because our centre backs are nothing helping us. Sometimes Barichila can give you good vibes. Next games, he play very well and he do one mistake. Levi Cornwell is playing very. I mean, Travagelo was playing very well, but in terms of aerial duels, that's the issue. So we have up and downs with our centre back. So that's the issue. And then Maza says my personal departure would be Tosin Tasasi automatically on the list, and I would replace Fofana, Barichida, Trevor, uh, and Levi, Hato, Coca-Cola, James, and Gusto stays for me. What are your thoughts about it, guys?
Uh,
Yeah. Go on, Charles. Go.
no, you go, Dante.
Yeah, look, like I said, I think Badiashile is on his last legs till the end of the season. He's got till the end of this season to really try to cement a spot. If not, I think he's gone. One thing we have seen with this ownership is they will give players a couple of years. Now he's going into that third, defenders usually they get a little bit more of defenders. One, they're not on such high salaries. Two is just they get better as they mature, as they're older. So they always get an extra year, or usually, a defensive player. So, but I think this is it for him. I think this is sort of his last sort of. He's always been kind of injured anyway when the transfer window has been on, so we don't know for sure. But I think he has to really stick a position and really improve and really take that next step, consistent as well. Otherwise, I think he's one of those on the chopping block at the end of the season. 3 years, that's enough, really. Like I said, this ownership, if they stick you around, but if you're not good, well, they're gonna sell you if by that's the time because your still value is still pretty good, and uh, it's time to go. Unfortunately, if you don't make it, so yeah, I think him, Disasi definitely probably will be gone this window. I think Disasi, him, Tosin is yeah. Look, he'll be pure profit basically as well, and that could help us as well. I don't mind him staying, Tosin, as a guy, a bit more mature guy in the dressing room. More, he's a part of the leadership group, and he's a guy that speaks well, cool headed, very professional as well. So he can be still very useful in games where they have a big striker and he comes in and that gives you that aerial dominance for a team that that does a lot of set pieces. And I think he played very well the last the couple of games ago. I think he came in for that, and I think he did very well. He looked a bit like the Tosin of old. Passing was good, aerial ability, he won everything, and that really helped us. So I think he might stay, but I don't mind if he goes either. If it's going to bring in another better one and free up some more money, so those three, 100%, I think probably, yeah. Those two probably on the chopping block. Yeah, maybe all three of them. To be honest, those three should be. Fofana will stay. His asset is he's a big asset. He's still quite young. ball playing good. His technical ability is very good. Still a very good defender as well. He will probably get another go because he's missed 2 years out basically with injury. He'll probably get another go at it. Um, Unless they really want and they get an offer, then he probably might be moved on if they get a good offer for him. But I doubt they will get an offer for him because of his injury record. So I think he stays, in my opinion. So I think the three of them need to probably go two minimum, probably three, if I'm honest.
Yeah, 100%. So Nisa Cancela says Chelsea known admirers of Manchester United Kobe Mainoo, who has few than 18 months remaining on his contract at Old Trafford, with option in midfielder to potentially be considered if Romelu Lavia continues to struggle with injuries. So Charles, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think we should sign Kobe Mainoo? If you sign him, do you think he fits in the system of Liam Rosinia?
No, it doesn't. I think we shouldn't sign him. If we're looking, if Lavia continues to struggle with injury and we are looking to add a midfield player, we should be looking at a guy like Adam Wharton at Crystal Palace. A bit like Lavia in terms of profile. Someone's very good on the ball, very good passing between the lines. Breaks lines. I think that's the kind of profile we should be looking for, and not a profile like Menu. We have a lot of guys like Menu, physical. So I don't think it's the profile that we need. I'll take Wharton. I'll take even Anderson ahead of him. Um, Contract situation, yeah, looks enticing. Is going to have a year left in the summer. Would be a cheaper deal than the likes of Wharton. So the club might look at that, but really, in terms of the squad planning, in terms of squad profiling, I think that would be a bad move for us. We have a lot of players that are similar to him, that physicality, ball winning. Yeah, but I think we need. If we are going to sign, I don't think we need another midfielder. I would be happy if we stick with our options in midfield. We have Vesugo, probably needs a loan or more game time after his recovery from injury. But we saw what he can do in the Club World Cup. We saw what he can do at in La Liga. Very very dynamic, very strong midfielder. Um, and the Santos as well, one of Rosinha's favorites. He can always grow. He didn't have his best game last night, but he was brilliant in the game before that. He's coming from the French league. Needs a bit of time to adapt. Needs time to settle. Even Caicedo, who was coming from the Premier League, needed time here to play his best football. So we are not allowed to start calling for Santos's head right now. So um, the thing is, I think we have enough midfielders, especially of Meino's quality. If we want to replace Lavia, we should go for someone who's going to help us better in the build up with his passing, with his distribution, and I think Adam Wharton specifically would be a better fit than Menu if we are looking to replace the injury prone Lavia. But I would be happy for us to stick with our centre back options. Maybe give Lavia a bit more time. It's taken James years and years to finally get his fitness back. Yeah, so I wouldn't completely give up on Romeo Lavia, but it's been tough for him. It's been tough for the club, and yeah, no man for me.
100%. Dante, what about you? Do you think we should go for Mainu?
Look, our midfield is pretty set, to be honest. Mainu is he's a very good player. Let's not forget he played for England the World Cup. And he got to the final. You know, he was the starter in the final, so he was riding hot at that time. Unfortunately, the wrong coaching appointment. Well, not wrong, different coaching appointment, and different style of play just fell out of favor with so many other, as we know, so many other Manchester United players. But he's a quality young central midfielder. The thing about him is good because he's versatile. He can play central midfield, he can play defensive midfield, and he's also played in that attacking midfield as well. So he's quite versatile. He can play those positions. So he's strong, he's quick, he's a good player. But I still think we've got enough. I still Lavia, I still would prefer Lavia. Now, if Lavia gets something's really wrong, another long-term injury or something, well, then, I understand it. We could get another one. Like Charles says, maybe Wharton. Yeah, Wharton's more technical type of player, holding the ball, but a bit more sort of slower build up. Anderson, just a central midfielder that can run everywhere as well, but I'm not that big of a fan of Anderson, to be honest. He does all the basics right, but I think especially for the price they would want him 100 million plus, etc. No, I don't think that would be that will happen. So look, I think we're good on midfielders, to be honest. Uh, if we do add one, it would be probably one might be leaving, or like I said, a long-term injury or something happens and maybe I can see us, but I don't really see us, signing in that area. We're pretty strong in that area. We've got a lot of players. Now, injury has, played with us a little bit in that area, but, I think Lavia is going to be over his injuries after this next injury because I've said it many times, that age, his body a bit heavier, very muscular. Once his body changes, that 20 to 22, age, then he should be pretty free from there from injury. So I'm pretty confident he won't be as injured anymore going forward. I think he's got it getting over that now. Apparently he's training, so he's running, so he's training. So yeah, he probably will be back by the end of the month, which is good to see.
Let's see. Even Maza, I agree with you guys. It's just the direction the club going to sell Enzo, get Kobe, sell Lavia, and get Anderson isn't just not a level raiser, isn't. I agree with you. I don't think we'll sell Enzo. Yes, he might be linked to PSG, but I don't think the club will sell Enzo, in my own opinion. And also it says Conor Gallagher was getting the same Giza AI Crystal Palace. I don't want to hear any of those midfielders. They said the goalkeeper defense low, left winger striker out. Please, as this. Yeah,
Well, we'll do have another striker coming, so he will come at the end of the season.
yeah, Emmanuel. So we've been linked to another player from the Dutch division. Chelsea is interested in this 23-year-old Fuad Anis Haji Musa. There has been a meeting in recent days between the Blues and his agent Mohamed Dramani. If Feyenoord receives a good proposal, he could leave this winter. Many clubs are interested. What are your thoughts about this, Dante? Do you know the player?
Yeah, I do know. I've seen him a couple of times. He stands out. He's a very, very technical dribbler. Very good at dribbling. He's got those big legs that he really churns and moves them really quickly. So he looks really good on the eye as well because of that. So, like I said, he's very technical on the ball. Gets past his man pretty, with ease most of the time. Now, do I think the Premier League is the next step up for him? That, yeah, not quite so sure about that. Like I said, he's very good on the eye, dribbles very well, plays very well, but that next step up in intensity and speed and that, I'm not quite sure if that move it will be ready for him right now. He is 23, so he's not young. I mean, he's young, but you know what I mean. He's not 19 or 20. So yeah, I think I would probably pass on him. To be honest, I don't think we need him right now. I don't think that's the player we need, type of player we need. Um, so yeah, I probably wouldn't, and probably he would probably go somewhere that, especially with his age, go somewhere where he's actually playing every game, and I don't think that would be at Chelsea.
100%. Charles, are you there? Oh, it seems like Charles is having another network issue. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't think we do need another right winger for me personally. So it doesn't make sense. But again, we're going to always be linked with several players, so it's normal.
It's only if, say Neto decides to leave, well, then maybe yes, okay.
But
The one thing I do like about him because he's shorter, he's not a tall guy. He's a bit shorter. What's 176 there, which is for me that's short. That's not too tall. But he's got those strong legs, very similar to like Eden Hazard. He's got that technical ability, that dribbling. He's very good on the eye. He looks very good because of that. So it just the rest of his game needs to, if he gets that right, well then he's basically a world class talent if he gets the rest of his game right. But that's the question mark for me, the rest of his game. Not the dribbling part, not the technicality. Strength actually very good as well. He's quite strong, but the actual speed and just the rest of the game, the defending, the other stuff of the game, off ball, etc., positioning, a lot of the other more stuff which you can get away with in leagues like that. But going to a top five league, especially top league like the Premier League, probably the most hardest league in the world, that requires a little bit more. So that's the only doubt I have on him. But dribbling wise, technically wise, he's a very amazing to watch. He's a really good watch. Like I said, like Eden Hazard, he's got that dribbling ability like Hazard. He's very, very good with the ball at his feet and very strong with his legs.
I was about to give Charles the mic again. Oh man,
Again, he's dropped out.
yeah. Since I've just I watched clips of Haji Musa. He reminds me of Anthony, uh, which is not a good thing. Uh,
No, not Anthony. No, Anthony runs upward. No, he doesn't play like Anthony at all, to be honest. Different body shape, different. Yeah, no. He plays head down, close control. Anthony is more straight up, different technique, completely different technique as well. So, yeah, not quite as Anthony, no.
yeah, and then Moses Kwenda Pendesa Emega, all quite exciting. Just supplement if with top class goalkeeper, center back, we will be better, no doubt, 100%. Charles again, Charles. Let me give you the microphone. We've been linked with Fine Not forward Anas Haji Musa. What do you thought about him?
Uh, uh, I haven't seen much of him, but the few times that I've seen him play, I think is good at dribbling. He's a very good dribbler. Also physically strong. Is physically strong, but I think the step up to the Premier League, I think it would be tough for him. I would rather we signed him maybe for Strasbourg in the summer. Yeah, maybe for Strasbourg to just experience a physical league like the French league, and before we can see him in the Premier League. I think the Premier League would come too early for him. He's not very young. I think he's 24, 23. But
Three.
um, the league is playing in right now, and the Premier League. I think the step up would be difficult for him. Looking at our options in attack, I don't think we need him. I think he wouldn't get enough playing time here anyway. Um, so I think it's not a good move for us. Good player, very good player, very good player, very good dribbler. Carries well. He can play a pass, good pass. Very very good player. Looks very good. The few times that I've seen him, but I haven't seen him enough. I won't lie. But looks very good. Dribbles very well. Um, I like him on the right. I've seen him once playing on the left, but I like him on the right. He does well on the right. But I don't think we need him, and I don't think he would do well for us in the Premier League from that league and that team right now. I think we should sign him maybe for Strasbourg. I wouldn't mind, but for Chelsea, not needed right now, and would I think he wouldn't get enough minutes.
Yeah, and big up to Gabriel says, I do not think we need to buy any player this season. At least bring back Sa, and we are good. Next year we have to sell a lot of players and identify areas we can strengthen. So, what are your thoughts, Dante? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's probably the sensible way to do it if we can get Sa back. And yeah, I think that would, really help us to finish the season. I think it's pretty hard to buy now. And the type of caliber we want to buy, I don't think you'll be able to get now anyway. It's just January's, you can't. And yeah, you do have to pay a lot extra. I don't think we're in quite in that position now. If we can't move this Sassi on, Sterling on, those players off the contract, well, then it's going to be extremely difficult to buy anyone for a large sum of money. So I don't think we can really buy anyone right now unless we move those players pretty quick by the end of this window, and then maybe that gives us. I mean, Raheem Sterling would free up a lot. So that would free up a lot of money, salary wise and everything. So even Disasi a little bit here and there, but he's been here a long time. He's another one with the third year, like Buddy Shield, 3 years plus. So he would, he still would bring some profit in because of that, because he's been here longer on the contract. So yeah, look, I think that's probably what can happen. Only, to be honest, I don't think we can sign a player right now unless it's an opportunity that we can't let go, and something we can maybe overpay. If a player is available now and can come now, we probably would, but I just don't see that happening, to be honest, in January.
Yeah. But anyway, I've got the last item now because we had rumors about Limru Senior potentially calling back James, not Rhys James, Raheem Sterling and Exal Disasi into the first team. But this is what he said. He says, Raheem had an outstanding career. I've got huge respect for him. And Exal, who was someone I've really, really liked for a long time, I'll do it in the next few days. So, Charles, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think it's a good idea to recall them, or we need to sell them? Oh man, Charles left again.
Charles dropped. I'll go. That's fine. Um, First of all, in context to what he's saying, he has to speak to those players because it's his job. He just joined the club, so he has to go and speak to them. It's on his list to do, really farther down the list, but it's on his list to do.
Mm,
So he's gonna go speak to them because he has to speak to them. Saying Raheem had an outstanding career just tells you that he already had his career. He's finished, basically, the way he said it.
yeah,
He's finished. His career is finished, basically. So I don't think he's just gonna talk to them and see, because it's on his list to do. But there's nothing more to that. I don't see them coming back in the fold, to be honest. Definitely 100% not Raheem Sterling. Disasi, I don't think so either. Again, ball playing is important in Rossini's system. Disasi definitely is not that. So I don't see them. I think they'll both be moved on. Hopefully we can sell somehow Sterling. I doubt it. I think Disasi probably we can probably sell. I think we might be able to sell him, get him off the books permanently. Worst case scenario will be a loan for both of them again. But they're not coming back in the squad. I don't see that happening.
Charles, are you back?
Back, bro. The network is after my life today.
Yeah,
Oh man, sorry about it.
it's even worse than McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah.
So this is the last item that we need to talk about. So what are your thoughts about the talks about both and Raheem Sterling might potentially team? So do you think that will happen?
No. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. No chance. I don't think much will come out from those talks. I think it's just maybe like he said, he respects them, so he's going to have a chat. But this is only going one or two ways, and that's going on permanent transfers for both of them or on loans until the end of the season, where we can always reassess and try to find a permanent solution. But I don't see both coming back into the fold. I think uh, I think the club is working very hard on trying to move them both on. Um, Sterling, maybe prime Raheem Sterling would. I think prime Sterling would score a lot of goals in this Chelsea team. I actually think that, yeah. But this Sterling, no, trains alone in the evening. I don't think he has much to offer right now. Is good player in his days, top player actually in his days, but those days are behind him. And looking at his wages, we desperately need to get those wages off our books. So I hope he agrees to any kind of move that comes up, a loan, a permanent transfer. I hope he is more flexible and just agrees and goes elsewhere to play football. He obviously still feels he's got it. He still got it. He obviously still feels he can contribute. So why not take up uh, the opportunity to go and do it elsewhere. I think that's one of the problems the club has had with him. He's not wanted to leave London. He's had all these weird conditions about leaving. That's made it difficult for us to get him off our books. So I think he should be more flexible and just look to play football. And that's gotta be elsewhere because I don't think he can still do it at the level we need anymore. I think his days are behind him, and we should be looking to move. We should be, he should, for his own sake, he should be looking to move in this window, regardless of the kind of move that presents itself. Disasi, same, has been has been very bad, very bad. Even some of the games I've watched for the youth teams, he's been getting turned by kids, getting dribbled. It's not been good enough, not good enough, not good enough. And I think Lawrence Stewart, the French defensive signings he's made at the club so far have been absolutely terrible, terrible. Disasi and Badiashile. He was sporting director at Monaco, and he saw that combination of Disasi and Badiashile concede multiple. They conceded a lot of goals. I don't know what he saw in them to bring them to Chelsea, but that cost the club a lot of money, and they've been terrible. They've not been good enough. They've not been fit enough. They've not been anywhere near the level that we need at Chelsea. I think Lawrence Stewart needs to be answerable for those signings. and we should send Disasi away as soon as we can, man.
100%. Big up to Christopher. Says no need. Chelsea running out of time. Should she man should go straight to Crystal Palace man, who is a proven centre back. Please, we challenge the league or push for top four. I think it's talk about McGahey. But again, like I said, I think it's going to be difficult to get him because at the moment it's being linked to several teams: Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool. So if you go there, we need to offer him good wages to reject those teams and come to Chelsea. So that's another thing. But before we wrap it up, I also forgot about this team that we need to talk about. So it says if Chelsea took the draft in setting the club head of medical onto the bench after Enzo Maresca repeatedly refused to substitute players returning from injury. It can also be disclosed that officials also sent the former manager a formal letter to remind him of his responsibilities as a relationship between the Italian and his bosses Richard at the Stamford Bridge. Dante, do you think it's a good idea?
I love Enzo Maresca and I loved him, but yeah, he probably was a bit in the wrong here, to be honest. I mean, you can't if the medical teams, they're the experts. Enzo Maresca is not a medical expert, obviously. So if the experts are telling you, this player is good to go, he's passed the fitness test, but we recommend that you play him 60, 70 minutes max, and then Enzo Maresca plays him the full game, well then there can be problems, of course. And if Enzo Maresca kept doing that and didn't listen at all, well, they just had to try to enforce that. They did it the formal way, which is send him a letter. It's just common practice in a workplace environment. You have to do it that way. It didn't work. Obviously, it didn't work. Then they inserted. I actually know that guy. He's Australian, so I do know of him. So he's an Australian guy. So they decided to put him on that just to remind him, just in case he's forgetting. And they probably brought it up many times, and he probably kept breaking that promise or that rule. So they decided to put someone there to help him. Okay, if you're forgetting or whatever, or your assistants are forgetting, which you don't forget that. That's not something you shouldn't be forgetting. It is something one thing I did criticize Enzo Maresca on many times is that a lot of those players, he didn't take them off a lot of the time. He did let them play a lot. A lot of those players that were injured, if you remember, he let them play too much. And they weren't playing good. Palmer was, how bad Palmer was, and he kept playing him and kept playing him and kept playing him and wasn't taking him off. So I think this is down. This is a problem. Yeah, definitely. It's not a good look on Maresca, because that just tells you, he's not following protocol. Basically, he's just doing what he wants, and you can't have that at that level like that. You can't do that. I know he won the Club World Cup, he won the conference, but he's only been there, a bit over a year after this. So you don't have that authority, you don't have that power to do that yet. You need to take from the specialists, you need to take that information in and really respect that information. You can't, kind of push them aside and say, no, I'm not, I'm just going to play them full 90. I'm going to play them this. I'm going to do. You can't do that. That's not very professional from a Maresca, in my opinion. So that is not a good look on him, to be honest. If it happened multiple times, like I mean, you can excuse it a couple of times if you're hitting the moment, he forgot to sub him or whatever. There's always context. But if it happened continuously, and it happened that some players got re-injured because of that instance or something, to me that would have had to happen if they had to write a letter for him formally. So, and to actually go to that level to put one of the head guys of the medical and on the bench to remind him, well, that obviously went to a level that not very professional by Maresca, in my opinion. And I do love Maresca, that a lot, but that's not a good look on him, in my opinion.
Yeah, but again, I agree with you in terms of that. But my only issue is that every time he was taking out certain players, like for example, Kopama, the fans were looking at into Maresca. What are you doing? So maybe that's why it felt like it was not protected because
Yeah, but see, you're looking at that in recent now, just those the two games not long ago before he got fired. But we have to look a bit further back than that, and that is the problem. It's not just those, now recent the last couple of games he coached before he left. I think that goes a bit deeper and a bit further back, and that is the
mm,
problem, if you know what I mean.
yeah, even Johnny says he was desperate, right? Some sporting directors not backing him when there's the rotation. So we were all wondering why he served Cole Palmer. But anyway, man, I'm not here to dwell on that. Uh, I don't, for me personally, but I don't like it when the medical team are on the bench, just coach to tell me what to do. Because remember, the medical team will tell you the player you should never be on the bench or start the game. If he's fit, he should play as much as the coach wants. So in order to help the team, as simple as
Yeah,
that.
but let me put it this way to you, Tobago. Has our injuries improved drastically since the previous with this new team, this new medical team that came in?
Yeah, we improved much. We are much better now.
So, I mean, I put that down to them, to the medical team, because they're the experts, and we changed the complete new medical team. They're the experts. Mariska has no say on medical matters, so it's obviously down to them that those players have been managed that way. They're a major part of that. Maresca can get a little bit of credit here and there, but obviously most of the credit would go to the medical team because they were doing the right thing and the club saw it was a problem. So they changed the whole medical system. They changed all the staff. These guys have come in and done an amazing job. So Maresca then to go against them after they've done a great job, well, it's not very professional. He's not an expert in medical. He can't he can't go over their word in a way. So I mean, he did, which is not good because then it leads to problems, and that's what's led to these problems, obviously. And like I said, it's mostly probably led to some re-injuries because of it, because Maresca playing players probably a bit too much when he wasn't supposed to, because otherwise they wouldn't bother doing that. And I agree with you. There's no need to put a guy on the bench that there's just no need. But it got to a stage where they had to do it because people need to remember it isn't a professional organization. They have to follow these protocol and these things for contractual issues as well, just in case Maresca needed to get fired or something. Well, then they have that proof there that they did everything possible from an employer to let him know. And do you know what I'm trying to say as well? Because people, I think, don't realize that part of it. It is still a professional organization. They have to take those steps. Just like when you do something about a job, you get a warning, you get a letter. Eventually it gets too much, and then there's problems. So I think that's very important context behind it as well. Yes, I don't like that the guys on the bench there, but that was a procedure they had to do basically to cover themselves and follow the protocols if something happened with Maresca, as in firing him, or like we know he actually resigned. So that was just steps they needed to take. uh, HR, you needed to take those steps because there was an issue.
Charles, what are your thoughts about it, bro?
I honestly don't want to go into Maresca's sacking. Um, but obviously, like Dante said, he's not an expert, and I
Resignation.
agree.
He didn't get sacked,
Yeah.
Charles. We know now that he didn't get sacked.
He resigned.
He resigned.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, we still don't know for sure. We still don't know for sure if he resigned or if he got sacked. I don't know for sure. I don't know which side to believe, but um, details and briefings about his departure. Obviously, the medical department look after the players, and they advise, and I think coaches should listen when they do, because they are looking at the long term benefit of the players. And for it to get to the point of them inserting a person on the touchline to remind the coaching staff when to sub players off, I think it got to a real bad point. But like I said, I don't want to get into Maresca and his departure. I think, uh, yeah,
Yeah, man. Anyway, I understand, Charles. So let me read this. It says he walked. It says you guys are not wrong at all, but the breathing is my problem. They are anyway. They are good. They are good in terms of doing that. Anyway, the new owners and sporting directors. We all saw that when Enzo Maresca had an interview after the game. I think AC Milan or Bayer Leverkusen. He said I need a new centre back for me to replace Levi Colwell. The following day, what happened? They all crashed that out, right? With their briefings. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Enzo Maresca. The era is over. We thank him a lot. We need to move on. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for joining Dante. Charles, I appreciate it. We had Coachella, Ty, John. We had Gabriel here. We had Maza, DH, Raf. So I appreciate it. Up the Chelsea, guys. See you soon. Hopefully, if something big comes out tomorrow, I'll do another stream. So up the Chelsea, guys. Peace.
Take care, guys.
up the
Thank you.
shelves. Thank you, guys. Dante, still waiting for that group chat. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
no problem. Thank
Cheers.
you, mate.